Yeah. The Ndola Central Member of Parliament and Minister of Youth, Sport and Child Development, Honorable Emmanuel Mlenga, Permanent Secretaries, Minister of Health, the Zambia Medical Association President, the Dean School, Copperbelt University School of Medicine, the Resident Doctors Association of Zambia, National President, directors and all senior government officials present, senior lecturers and the entire faculty, student union representatives, distinguished colleagues of the medical profession being inducted today, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, let me state that I wish I could have been physically around in Ndola, the friendly city, in which I also serve as Member of Parliament. But as you know, there are other pressing national duties in Lusaka, and we meet virtually, but also due to the COVID-19 pandemic that we have. It is indeed a great privilege and honor for me to be invited to grace this event that inducts newly qualified medical personnel into professional service. And I should mention from the outset that I'm one of you. I'm a medical doctor by profession, having graduated at Ridgeway Campus School of Medicine, University of Zambia in 1998. That's 23 years ago. I hope some of you were already born by that time, those who are inducting today. The focus of the government of the Republic of Zambia and its partners shall continue to be that of enhancing service delivery in order to achieve quality and efficient healthcare services. This cannot be done in isolation because we very well know that human resource for health is a very important component of the health system's building blocks. This event is therefore a clear testimony of the firm resolve that the PF government, led by His Excellency President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, and its partners have to better the well-being of its citizens by having an adequate, skilled, and motivated health workforce. Government will continue to support all training institutions in the country to ensure that we continue producing competent medical personnel as part of the human capital development agenda. As you may know, countries that have developed, the countries that we call developed countries, got two sectors right. They got the educational sector right and the health sector right. Because we know that a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. When people are educated and they are healthy, they are going to be more productive. And therefore, that is how we create wealth and development, through intellectual or human capital development. Ladies and gentlemen, as government, we realize and appreciate, like I've said, that a healthy and productive nation will lead to wealth for the country. Therefore, we cannot afford to neglect the well-being of our citizenry. I do not need to remind you that our government is a pro-poor one. This entails that we provide the best health services to our people, regardless of economic status, race, political affiliation, religion, within the framework of health for all. Ladies and gentlemen, the Patriotic Front government of His Excellency President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, has embarked on unprecedented quantitative and qualitative expansion, upgrading and construction of new health facilities at all levels, starting from rural health posts, health centers, mini hospitals, first and second level hospitals, tertiary and super specialist institutions, to meet the demands of providing equitable and quality health services to the citizenry of this nation. Senior medical doctors have been posted to hospitals that lack specialized health services. The Ministry of Health has recruited 24,480 health workers from 2017 to date, from the target of 30,000 by the year 2021, and will continue building on this achievement. And I should mention that we've concluded discussions with the Public Service Management Divisions and Ministry of Finance, and will soon be announcing what recruitments will be done under the Ministry of Health. Ladies and gentlemen, government is aware of the challenges the health sector is facing with regard to the human resource for health and its effect on service delivery. The COVID-19 pandemic has further worsened the situation. COVID-19 has ravaged the world and left destruction in its path, and Zambia has not been spared. As we speak today, Zambia has recorded over 70,000 cases and over 1,000 deaths. It could have been worse but for the resilience of all the gallant and hard-working frontline health workers who have put in their best, a number of whom have themselves been infected, and some have even died from COVID-19. And hence the reason the Ministry of Health has vowed to care for the caregivers, especially the medical doctors. And it is our policy that when a doctor is infected by COVID, whichever part of the country they are in, they have to be evacuated with immediate effect to Lusaka, to Maina Soko, the VIP specialist hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to address the graduates. First and foremost, I wish to say congratulations on your great success. This is just the beginning of your long journey in the medical profession. And I urge you to display professionalism in totality and be guided by the Hippocratic oath. Not the hypocritical oath, a Hippocratic. You know, Hippocratic oath, as you know, the Greek ancient physician, Hippocrates, lived between 460 to 370 BC. And he is actually the founding father of medical ethics. And the principles of medical ethics, you know, some of the issues that we are talking about today, the principle of medical confidentiality and the principle of non-maleficence, doing no harm to anyone. That is the job that we have as medical doctors and as health professionals. You must use your acquired knowledge and skills to practice competently and professionally in order to meet the needs of our people. Further, I would like to guide you that even outside the workplace, I expect you to lead upright lives, not as saints, but as responsible professionals, as many people look up to you. The image of the profession depends on you. Being doctors, medical doctors, you will sit at the epitome of societal expectations. Yes, this can be overwhelming. Work will come with its challenges and dark hours. You will be fatigued without a doubt, but also remember that this pressure is manageable with the right attitude and support system. I don't expect you to abuse drugs, abuse alcohol and other vices at the workplace. Neither do we expect you to be burdened with huge debts because you live beyond your means. What we have seen is that some of our colleagues have gone into unrestrained borrowing from financial institutions and going into severe financial distress. Those vices which you must avoid. I expect you to be good financial managers and make sound investments. I also urge you to abide by the advice you give your patients of staying drug-free, eating healthy, and exercising regularly, in line with what the President of the Republic of Zambia launched, the Keep Zambia Clean, Green and Healthy campaign. When all this fails and you are feeling overwhelmed, I expect you to seek help early from your trusted colleagues without shame. Your families and the government spent huge sums of money on your training. Therefore, you should make them proud by being dedicated to your work for the benefit of our people. Distinguished invited guests, let me end by stressing one valuable point. Yes, we have inducted you as colleagues today and congratulated you deservedly. But now, with that said, you will still note that the odds you will be taking shortly, that a student can never be better than the teacher. So you are a student, you can never be better than the one who taught you. I am Minister of Health today. I have the instruments of power in policy formulation delegated by His Excellency the President and sector oversight. But let me tell you that I still humble myself and still approach my teachers and my seniors, such as Professor Munkonge, Professor Mula, Professor Nkanduruo, Professor Kraiko, Professor Lambert, Dr. Mary Zulu, Professor Irwin Chomba, and many others that taught me to be a medical doctor. We have to treat them with utmost respect, learning from them, and vice versa, as a tradition that gives honor to the profession. Never forget that those that taught you, that came before you. In fact, the Hippocratic oath says you have to treat them like you treat your parents. So expect that when you meet your former lecturer in a supermarket, buy them groceries when you have the money. If they did a good job, and I'm sure they did, it means you will certainly achieve much more than they achieved themselves. That is the pride of a teacher, and in all this we honor them still. Accordingly, Copperbelt University faculty and Ministry of Health staff, well done on your harvest that is evident for all us to see today. Before I conclude, on the copper belt we do two things. We conclude and then we say finally. So before I conclude, let me say it is the burden, it is the job of every health professional, medical doctors, to protect the image of the profession. As you know, of late, because of recent happenings, the image of the profession has suffered. The image of the sector has suffered. And we are looking up to you, the graduates today, and the doctors in practice, and all health workers in general, to make sure that we restore people's confidence in the healthcare system. We don't want what we're seeing on social media, videos of health workers abusing patients on things that should be very ethical. So we look up to you to be very ethical in line with the oath that you'll be taking. As I conclude finally, allow me to thank our dear parents, guardians, and everyone gathered here today for sparing your time to come and celebrate this very important day with us. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you. Were they hearing us?